Not long ago, we imagined a world without gravity, a fleeting second of chaos and awe. But what if the very air we breathe, the invisible force that sustains every living thing, simply vanished? What if, in a single heartbeat, the world was stripped of something even more fundamental than gravity itself? Picture the scene. Cities frozen mid-motion, people pausing in confusion, the pulse of daily life interrupted by an invisible catastrophe. The world, for a moment, would be united in a single, silent question. What just happened? Imagine, for 5 seconds, every atom of oxygen on Earth disappears. Not thinned, not hidden. Gone. No warning, no explanation. The air, the water, even the ground beneath us, suddenly stripped of the element that makes life possible. Oxygen vanishes from the air, from every drop of water, and from the very rocks that form the planet's crust. The forests fall silent, rivers seem to pause, and the Earth itself feels strangely hollow. 5 seconds may seem short, but the consequences would be instant and catastrophic. In that brief window, the world would teeter on the edge of disaster, as if time itself was holding its breath. This is not just a story of suffocation. Oxygen is woven into the core of our planet's identity. It's in every breath, every heartbeat, every green leaf and every drop of water. It's the silent partner in every chemical reaction that keeps us alive. It fuels fire, gives the sky its blue, and forms much of the Earth's crust. Without oxygen, flames die instantly. The sky loses its color, and the very ground beneath us begins to change in ways we can barely imagine. Its sudden removal would unravel reality itself. The bonds that hold together the world as we know it would be tested, and the familiar would become strange in the blink of an eye. We take this invisible gas for granted, breathing it in and out, thousands of times a day. It's the quiet rhythm of life, unnoticed until it's gone. Every laugh, every sigh, every whispered word depends on it. But in its absence, we'd see how deeply our world depends on it. The panic would be immediate, the confusion universal, as people everywhere struggle to understand the impossible. So, let's begin the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. In these final moments, the world stands on the brink, unaware of the transformation about to unfold. At this moment, a profound and terrifying change sweeps the globe. Shadows deepen, colors fade, and the world seems to pause, caught in a moment, outside of time. There's no explosion, just a sudden, all-encompassing void. The silence is deafening, the absence overwhelming, as if the world itself has forgotten how to exist. For 5 seconds, the world is unmade and then violently remade. The laws of nature bend, reality flickers, and then, just as suddenly as it began, oxygen returns, and the world gasps back to life. Prepare yourself. The world is about to hold its breath, and the consequences will be breathtaking. In those 5 seconds, we glimpse just how fragile and how miraculous our existence truly is. Before chaos, before the unraveling of everything we know, let's pause for a moment. Let's understand what we're losing, what's truly at stake when we talk about oxygen. Oxygen is more than just the air we breathe. It's the silent architect of our world, shaping every living thing and every landscape. It makes up 21% of our atmosphere, a delicate balance that enables complex life to flourish, from the tiniest insect to the tallest tree. Every cell in our bodies relies on it for energy, fueling our thoughts, our movements, and even our dreams. Its importance extends far beyond biology. Oxygen is woven into the very fabric of our planet. It bonds with silicon to form the rocks beneath our feet, shaping continents and mountains over eons. With hydrogen, it creates water, the essential liquid that sustains every form of life, from the deepest oceans to the highest clouds. Oxygen even gives the sky its brilliant blue, painting our world with color and light. Remove it, and the intricate tapestry of reality begins to unravel, thread by thread. Fire, humanity's oldest tool and symbol of progress, is impossible without oxygen. No warmth, no light, no spark of civilization. No engines, no flames, no power. Our technological world would stop cold, silenced in an instant. The disappearance of oxygen means the abrupt end of nearly all modern transport and power. halting the pulse of civilization. The world's heartbeat would stop, leaving behind only silence and stillness. We're not just removing an ingredient, we're pulling out a cornerstone, the very foundation of existence itself. The story of oxygen's absence is a story of total collapse, a chain reaction that touches every corner of life. The unseen pillar of existence is about to be removed, and with it, the world as we know it. The first second brings pure confusion. People freeze mid-step, conversations cut off mid-sentence, and a collective sense of disbelief sweeps through the crowd. It's as if the world itself has skipped a beat, leaving everyone suspended in a moment of uncertainty. Outdoors, the sky turns from blue to black as sunlight scatters differently. Daylight vanishes in an instant, plunging cities and countrysides alike into a surreal, unnatural darkness. Streetlights flicker on, but their glow seems feeble against the sudden void above. The sun hangs in a starless void, like deep space. No twinkle of distant stars, no comforting blue, just an endless, empty blackness that feels both alien and terrifying. A deafening silence is followed by a sudden drop in air pressure, as if you've shot to the top of a mountain. The air feels thin, and a strange pressure builds in your head, making it hard to think or breathe. Eardrums rupture, causing pain and disorientation. People double over, clutching their heads, their faces twisted in agony as the world's atmosphere betrays them. Panic sets in, not from suffocation, but from a world gone wrong. The rules of reality seem to have changed, and fear spreads like wildfire through the streets. Birds fall from the sky, insects freeze, animals scatter in terror. Nature itself is thrown into chaos, as creatures sense the invisible catastrophe unfolding around them. Fish convulse, as dissolved oxygen vanishes from water. Ponds and rivers become eerily still, the surface broken only by the last desperate movements of aquatic life. Every running engine dies, cars coast to a halt, planes become gliders, the hum of civilization stops. The familiar sounds of daily life are replaced by an unnatural, oppressive quiet. The silence is broken only by screeching tires and the first crunches of metal. Accidents erupt as drivers lose control and chaos erupts in the streets. The world, powered by fire and air, is rendered inert. Factories fall silent, power plants shut down, and the infrastructure of modern life grinds to a halt. In a single moment, everything changes. Humanity stands on the edge of the unknown, united in shock, as the world they knew slips away in the blink of an eye. In seconds 2 and 3, disaster ripples through our cities. Concrete, held together by oxygen bonds, loses its strength. Buildings, bridges, and dams explosively disintegrate. Skyscrapers shed facades, bridges collapse, dams burst, unleashing chaos. The concrete jungle devours itself from within. Silence gives way to the thunder of collapse, steel and concrete failing everywhere. Dust clouds choke the streets, plunging cities into darkness. Survival becomes a matter of luck. In the skies, planes struggle as their structures weaken. Pilots, disoriented and injured, fight to control doomed aircraft. Even if they could, the planes themselves are falling apart. The 5-second countdown is a race against physics. One most will lose. The sky becomes a graveyard. As the world crumbles, every human faces an internal crisis. By the 3rd second, the body's emergency systems revolt. There's no oxygen to breathe, only useless gases. The oxygen in your blood is consumed rapidly, with no replacement. The brain, starved, begins to fail. Confusion turns to panic. Vision narrows, heart rate spikes, and muscle control falters. Unconsciousness sets in for many by the 4th second. The body shuts down non-essential functions, prioritizing survival. The 5-second window is a countdown to biological failure. Then, oxygen returns with a violent rush. Air pressure slams back, assaulting damaged eardrums. The first breath is sharp and painful, but brings relief. The damage is done, the world is in ruins, and bodies are traumatized. Survival is only the beginning of the struggle. While cities collapse, nature faces its own torment. Water, H2O, loses its oxygen, leaving clouds of hydrogen gas. Oceans, lakes, and rivers become explosive, flammable gas expanding with force. The sudden expansion scours continents, obliterating coastal life. Marine life is vaporized. continents reshaped by the shockwave. The ozone layer vanishes, exposing Earth to deadly ultraviolet radiation. For 5 seconds, the sun's radiation sterilizes the surface. Then, oxygen returns. Hydrogen and oxygen explosively recombine. A global fireball engulfs the planet, followed by boiling rain. The newly formed water falls back to a scorched Earth. Nature's convulsion is total. Life is forever changed. The planet is left scarred and silent. Our technology collapses as swiftly as nature. Every combustion engine fails. Cars, planes, ships, and power plants stop instantly. Global trade freezes. Factories and production lines halt. The world's supply chains are paralyzed. Hydroelectric dams burst. Nuclear plants face meltdown as cooling fails. The return of oxygen doesn't restore order. Machines are damaged, grids shattered. Restarting civilization would take years, maybe decades. The 5-second pause inflicts a wound that sets us back centuries. Engines won't simply roar back to life. The world is left with silent, broken machines. Progress is halted, and recovery is uncertain. Humanity faces a technological dark age. The 5 seconds are over, but the world is forever changed. The sky is blue again, but devastation is everywhere. Cities are rubble, oceans are boiling, and survivors are few. Our existence hangs by a thread, a delicate chemical balance we rarely consider. Oxygen, invisible, and taken for granted, is the most powerful substance on Earth. It nurtures life and holds the planet together. We've built everything on the assumption it will always be there. This thought experiment reveals our fragility. We are not masters, but guests in a system far more powerful than us. The loss of oxygen exposes our dependence on unseen forces. Every breath is a gift, every sunrise, a miracle. The lesson: never take for granted the simple act of breathing. We've witnessed a world stripped of its most vital element. Our civilization crumbled in seconds, a sobering reminder of our fragility. But the universe of what if is infinite. What if we lost another fundamental cycle? Sleep. Imagine a world where no one sleeps. Would we thrive or unravel? Next time we'll explore a world without slumber, where night is as busy as day. What happens to the mind when it never rests? The journey into the unknown continues.
You've seen what could happen. But this was only the beginning. Next episode, what if gravity